Hi everyone, we're going to do a couple of the problems that are on 2 for the reteaching site, okay? So I'm reading the directions and the directions say that we're going to find each difference using mental math. So subtraction problems using mental math. And a couple things to think of, and that is that it doesn't matter how you get to the correct answer as long as you get the correct answer. So you can do them all different ways and it doesn't matter how you get there. So if you don't do them exactly the way that I'm presenting them to you, don't worry about it. Okay? So let's look at the first problem. And we have 32 minus 17. Now again, this might not be the way that you do it. I usually like to look at the ones place, 2, 7, and subtract using the ones. But in this case, I'm going to have to do a little bit of regrouping. So I don't want to do that. So I tried to find a number that was close to 17 that would be a little bit easier to subtract. So what I chose was 12. And I chose 12 because I knew 2 minus 2 in the ones place, I was going to get a 0. So we have 32 minus 12 equals 20. But that's not all. I kind of moved those numbers around. The 12 is not 17 and 17 is not 12. So I do know that 17 minus 12 equals 5. So I can take away 5 from the 20 to get my answer. Now, it'd been a while since I had taught the math problem, so I went back, and the first time I did these problems, I realized I did 20 plus 5 instead of 20 minus 5. Well, I checked my answer, and my answer didn't work out correctly. So, the answer to this problem is 15. Here's what I tried to do. I took the difference, because it's a fat family, we have 15, 17, and 32. Well, one way that you can do this problem is you can, put this over here, you can add together the 17 and you can add to that 15 and it should equal 32. So let's see, 7 plus 5, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, have your 2, and then you bring over your 10 into the tens column, and it equals 32. So I knew that 15 had to be the correct answer, but when I first was doing this problem, I added the 20 plus the 5. Well, 25, I ended up getting 42, and I was so confused. I was like, what did I do wrong? Well, I forgot to subtract. It didn't come out a correct answer. It wasn't a fact family. So that's just one way that you can check your answers to make sure that even when you're doing it mentally, you get the correct answer. So let's go down to number 2. So number 2 is 51 minus 46. Now, when I see two numbers that are pretty close to one another that are being subtracted, I usually take the smaller number and just count up and see from the smaller number to the bigger number what the difference is. So let's start with 46 and go 47, 48, 49, 50, 51. So for my answer, I would get 5. To bring it a little answer. Okay. Okay, let's go to this one. Now, for a problem like this, the numbers are not close together. So that's a little bit of a problem, but that's okay. I could look at the, the 2 and I look at the 8. That's some regrouping. I don't want to do that. So what I could do though is I have 42 and I have a 10. I could start with my 10 first to help me out. So 42 minus 18. I'm just doing my 10 right now. So 42 minus 10 is 30. But 30 is still not going to work because that's just 10. So then I'd have to count back. So I would go 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22. Let's see if that's right. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't work. So what I done wrong? Oh, I know what I did wrong. I thought that I was just taking away 10 from it and I got 40 and it goes down to 30. No, can't do that. You have to keep with the whole number. So if we're taking away 10 from 42, it's got to be 32. Now, one thing that I saw that I'd done wrong was I knew if I had to regroup this, my 2 was going to be 12, really. Somewhere or another, it was going to be 12. And I know that 12 minus 8 wasn't going to end up being 2. So, but now I bet it would go in a different direction. So let's see. Starting with 32 and counting back 8. Start at 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24. I bet that's right. This is going to be my correct answer. Now, again, I can check myself. If I kind of know in my brain that that's going to be a 12 if it's regrouped, 12 minus 8 is 4. Okay. I like to double check, especially the ones place, because if you can figure out, okay, a 12 and an 8, and okay, those are a fact family, that will work together. Sometimes you just need that to help you. Okay, we're going to go down here to our word problem. Or story problem. So our story problem is Model Rob had $60 when he went to the mall. He bought a DVD for $15. How much money did he have left over? Write the number sentence you used to solve the problem. Let's see. So I show you what I did. Move it up. So what I did was I went back to something that I just feel better doing, and I used the place value. So I took one of the 10s from the 15, because there's 1 10 in 15, to make it $50. And then I counted back 5. So I started with 49, 48, 47, 46, 45 to get my difference. That would be 45. So I could also check myself by taking 45. Let me do my 45 up here a little bit. Actually, doing it here. I have my 45 as my correct answer. And remember, it needs to be labeled because it's $45. So $45 plus 15. Checking my answer. 5 plus 5 is 10. Bring up your 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. 6. $60. I believe that he had $60 when he went to the mall. So there's just a good way to check yourself as you're going through it. But remember, you're trying to do it mentally.